Welcome to George, the Indian farmer. As a budding farmer, I'm always happy to see these kind of agriculture fields. This is not a vegetable field, this is a flower bed. These are marigolds, not so thickly planted, but young plants, small plants, but there are a lot of flowers there. It's near Palani on the highway side, and they have interspersed it with tomatoes. There are shallots, small onions. You can see tomatoes. Not a very serious farmer, I think, because the crops are not so thick and healthy. The plants are young and they look so not so healthy, but not weak. But they have a vast area covered in many crops. I think these are marigolds, and as I said, there are tomatoes there, shallots, and on the other side you just saw a green area where I couldn't walk through. I don't know what was there, but now this is I think these are muskmelons. Lot of flowers there. The slight breeze is making these plants happy. So these also are not fully covered. The fields are pretty much vacant some in some places. These are flowers again. Celosia. It's locally called Guava in our state. And that's a small patch of that flowers. This is peanuts. Again, shallots are there on the side of the small field. Peanut is the main agricultural produce coming out of Tamilnadu. This is a quite big patch of that Celosia. These are the flowers. Looks good, but there are varieties which are very thick and bright red or bright pink in color. In Tamil Nadu especially, I think they use these flowers in garlands and maybe offerings in temples. A lot of temples in Tamil Nadu, in Tanjore, in Madurai and all. There are very famous temples. So, as most of you know, in South India, Tamil Nadu is a leading state where you can see a lot of temples which are centuries old, and they're quite interesting to see also with their architecture and magnificent structures which are dating back to probably hundreds and thousands of years. This is a mango orchard, you can say. There are flowers. It's a flowering season. Coming to the next field, this is the actual paddy field with water in it, and I think it is just newly planted. When you look at the first scenes, you may think it is in Kerala. It's nice to see. You can see these sort of agriculture fields quite a lot in many places in Kerala, the coconut palms, but this one is in Palani. This patch is typical in Tamil Nadu, the arid places and those shrubs. You can see in the background those green shrubs. They grew all over the place. So this is the paddy field ready for cultivation. Now this is a small patch of Ixora. Locally in Kerala we call Chettipuva. So these are in lines, nice and beautifully set up, planted. These are the flowers. I couldn't go very near to these fields because Um, there is a main problem in Tamilnadu, all over Tamilnadu, that they don't welcome strangers in their fields. Especially I can say from Kerala, because these days there is a lot of communication and in the social media and all. This is the highway from Dindigul to Palani. So there is a lot of misconception, thinking that people from Kerala are coming to the fields, visiting the fields, taking videos and posting it on social media, saying Tamil Nadu is not following the good agricultural practices, like they are using a lot of pesticides. The fact is that they indeed use a lot of pesticides on vegetables, flowers, fruits, everything. This is a nice patch of red soil. I love this soil. I was very happy to see this color of the soil. It is newly tilled. I don't know what they are planning to do there, but they grow a lot of crops there. In the far distance, you can see some vegetables on a trellis, and when I zoomed in, I can see they are snake gourds on this side, and on the other side it's ridge gourd or something. So this is the thing, we cannot go near the field so close, and if people are hostile, maybe we'll have to run for our life. That's why I'm not going so near. I'm just keeping a safe distance. I'm still just on the side of the highway, zooming on the fields now and then, and seeing what they're cultivating there or what the farms are. This is another patch of ridge gourds. Most of these are coming to Kerala. Whatever Tamil Nadu is cultivating in their state, more than 50% or more than 70% is coming to Kerala. This is a nice waterway which we usually see in Kerala in my childhood and all. This is a borewell, but in Kerala we have deep wells, and the water is pumped to irrigate the paddy fields or whatever. This is a vast patch of peanuts. Peanut is another main agriculture produce of Tamil Nadu. Actually, I couldn't make out what this plant is, but I googled in and I found out these are peanuts. I could recognize the leaves. I noticed the leaves and I could recognize it from Google search. So this is the water coming out of the borewell. So if you have a borewell with enough water in Tamil Nadu, you are a lucky person, because water is scarce in this state. And if you have a nice borewell with water all year round, you are lucky and you are wealthy. You can plant anything you like and you can irrigate it anytime you like. This is Moringa, drumsticks we call it in English, and locally it is Moringa, and in our state it is called Moringa. There are the Moringa fruits, you can say, or vegetables. It's not a fruit, sorry. These are the long drumsticks which are forming on the plant. There are a lot of flowers on it. It's a medicinal plant, revered everywhere, including all parts of the world now. Moringa is a star and superfood. The leaves, the powdered leaves, the dry powder of the leaves, the drumsticks, the seeds, the oil from the seeds, everything is in high demand all over the world. You can see the young drumsticks there, the flowers, even honey from these plantations are quite popular with their medicinal value. So this is another crop which is densely cultivated in Tamil Nadu because of the huge demand it has all over the world. So Tamil Nadu has this dwarf varieties. Indeed, in Kerala we too have these drumsticks, but the plants are tall and they are big and they go maybe around 10 to 15 feet, but these are less than 6 feet. Small dwarf plants, but they flower and fruit very quickly. Produce this Moringa. So that's the Moringa field beside the highway near Oddanchatram, which is between Dindigul and Palani. You can see this is a busy highway, but in the evening there is less traffic right now. It's close to the Palani Hills and Kodaikanal Hills. These are shallots, the small onions. They grow a lot of shallots here in this state, and it is again lined up with the Moringa, small Moringa plants. So once they harvest the shallots, the Moringa plants will grow and they will start flowering, and the Moringa or the drumsticks will be ready. So this is a smart way of farming. Those are cauliflower patches. You can see the cauliflower patch here. Actually, when you look at it from a distance, these are small plants. Looks like small plants, but these are quite big. I saw there were two people cutting off the cauliflowers. Here also they have planted the Moringa plant, so it is quite popular and it is of huge demand, and it fetches a lot of money for this state. So that's a nice winter crop. So it is February now and they still have these winter crops around. Maybe end of this month, that will be the end of the season as well, and they will start growing other crops. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.